All right, family, today we're going to be making us some cheeseburgers Cali style. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take us about 1.5 pounds of ground beef and get this down into this mixing bowl so we can show you how we do it down here in California. We break that meat up into small, fine pieces, get it seasoned very, very well, and get it in our skillet and get it on our plates. All right, so we're going to break this meat down nice and finely. Break it down. Don't never be afraid to break it down because it's all coming back together. So there we have it all broken down. Let's go in with some kosher salt. We're going to use us a little bit of pepper, Tony's Creole or Cajun seasoning, of course the garlic powder, gotta have the onion powder, the paprika for the color, and parsley because it makes everything taste good. All right, don't forget about the Worschire Sauce. So let's go in and get this bad baby seasoned up. It's not a lot of salt. We're only using about 2 teaspoons of salt, maybe 2.5, but you're talking about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. So it's got to be seasoned properly or else you're going to have you a bland old burger. All right, so we're going to get our seasonings in here and we're going to get them in here real, real good. Because remember, we're doing this Cali style. We doing this Cali style where you got a hamburger stand on every corner. All right, so I do believe we had the best burgers in Cali, but the best ones are made at home. So you can do it right wherever you are. Get you these ingredients. If you can't find them, get them something close. In place of the Creole seasoning, get you in place of that Tony's, get you some Slap Your Mama or some Louisiana seasoning. All right, and this Worcestershire sauce, a lot of people ask me, why you put Worcestershire sauce in your hamburger? Because it makes it flavorful. You don't want to put too much Worcestershire sauce. I would say about maybe 1/2 tablespoon. You don't want it to taste like a Worcestershire sauce burger, but if you just put the right amount, that burger's going to be juicy. Because while it's cooking, those juices are staying inside. So when you bite it, it's a burst of flavor. And the Worcestershire sauce combined with the salt and pepper and the other ingredients just set this mug right on off. All right, so we're giving it another mix after we seasoned it. And what I'm doing is quick wash of the hands. You know, get some of that salt and pepper off my hands. And let's get back to the mixing. And I'm going to go back in and add a little bit of black pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. You know, onion powder gives ground beef a wonderful flavor. And garlic powder just about gives everything a wonderful flavor. I even use that on French fries. All right? I'm going to have a French fry video I'm dropping for you too. Because I did prepare these burgers and fries. But I only did the video on the burger. And if I hadn't mentioned while we're talking, I would like to ask you if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Help a brother out. Keeping it real, we trying to get monetized around here, if you know what I mean. All right, so we mixing this thing up.
Hey, did you like my video? I hope you did.
After we get done mixing it,
like button,
we on to the next.
And subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you receive a notification every time we drop a video. We got some really good stuff coming this season, and if you have any suggestions or anything you would like to see us prepare, be sure to leave it in the comment section. Thank you.
All right, so we on to the next step. What we going to do at this point, we're going to make us a little side seasoning. We call that side seasoning down in California, where we're going to make us just a little something on the side. All right, just to roll that burger in to make sure that outside of that burger is just as flavorful as the inside. All right, because when you're down here in California, you got them beautiful days and you're sitting out eating a cheeseburger out in the sun, worst thing that could happen is you bite into it and it don't have no flavor. You know what I mean? So we're going to conquer that now. All right, my grandma used to say a stitch in time saves 9. So if we can go ahead and stitch that now, get that burger seasoned and rolled up right, we're going to be right. All right, so with this side seasoning, all kidding aside, let's go ahead and mix this up. Because we want to make this a completely mixed seasoning. so that it's not all clumped up and you know, and all that stuff. We don't want anything to go wrong with our burgers. All right, we got a nice, as you can see out my window, we got a nice sunny day in Cali, and we're going to sit right out and eat us some cheeseburgers and fries and dip them in ketchup and mustard. All right, so we don't want no disasters today. All right. All right, so what you want to do is, after you pat those into kind of like a tennis ball shape, you want to roll it in the side seasoning. You don't want to drench it in the side seasoning. Just kind of lightly coat it so that when it hits that pot, you know, the outside is going to be just as flavorful as the inside. Because that's what it's all about. When you come down here to Cali, everything is all about flavor. You go to these different places, you know, some of them are bland. We don't visit them anymore. But, you know, if you got a place that got some good flavor, you know, they might have a customer for life. All right. So we're going to repeat the same process for the rest of these hamburger patties that we have. And then the next step is we going in the skillet. So what I want to tell you is turn your skillet up to medium-high heat, especially if you're using that cast iron, which I strongly recommend. They take a minute to heat up, but once they get hot, oh, man, do they do a job. You're going to see. You're going to see, because I had mine heating up for about maybe 8 to 10 minutes over medium heat. You know, you don't want it too high. If you're going to do it for a long period of time, have it low. All right, so there's my cast iron, my best friend in the kitchen. So here we go. Listen to the sizzle. Now, once you hear that sizzle, you know you off to a good start. All right, so we're going to kind of let that sizzle for a minute, let the meat meet the skillet, and then we're going to get us a spatula and flatten our meat out to whatever size you'd like for it to be. I typically do mine kind of thick. That's how I was raised, eating thick hamburgers, you know, but when you're making those thick hamburgers, one thing you got to know is turn that fire down a little bit, because you don't want that hamburger to be red in the middle, and you done took the first bite, it's delicious. You took the second bite, it's delicious. And the third bite, you bite right on into some bleeding ground beef, and that's what you don't want. So if you're making them thick like the way I like mine, turn that fire down a little bit so that that middle can cook. All right, so you see me turning that fire down? All right, so that, you know, so if you're gonna make them thin, leave the fire up. So I've already flipped my burgers here after 3 to 5 minutes. They're on the other side, and as you can see, look at them. Don't they look good? These hamburger patties are just beautiful. All right, so we're going to let them go for about 3 to 5 minutes on the second side, just kind of gauging them and eyeballing them, seeing how they look. And if we feel that they're ready to come on up out of this skillet. All right, so 3 to 5 minutes went by. What I'm going to do is what we always do, like my grandma used to do. I'm going to add me some cheese while it's in the skillet, so that when that burger comes up out of there, it's got melted cheese on it, so it's ready to go. All I got to do is toast the buns and put the clothes on it. All right. So look at it. This is going to go for about a minute. You know, if you see it cooking too fast and the cheese is melting, take it off. All right, so mine goes for about a minute, minute and a half. And look at that cheese, it's melted. Look at that hamburger patty. That's what I'm talking about. Name a hamburger stand that can top this. I don't think you can. These buns going right on in the broiler, over low, and look at them, golden brown. Now let's get it ready for the plate. We're gonna lace it with that hamburger patty. We're gonna do very simple today. We're gonna do mustard, we're gonna do ketchup, we're gonna do pickles, and we're gonna do tomato. This is a personal preference. If you like to have relish and mayo and all that good stuff on yours, be my guest. But this is the way I like mine, and this is the way I'm gonna eat mine. I wanted to do a mukbang just so y'all can see how good it really is. The next time I make these hamburgers, I'm gonna do a mukbang with the hamburgers and the fries, which will probably be next weekend. All right, look at those pickles. Look at those pickles. Stacking them on top. Then we're going to go ahead and put that crown on the top. There it is. Homemade Cali-style cheeseburger. Thanks for watching. Please like,